Hey, it's so evidently clear, and yet it remains so hazy and unclear and difficult to understand that I am not a body, I am not mind, I am not intellect, and I am Atma. How to understand this? In Gita, Sri Krishna says that when body was not formed, you existed. When body will die, you will exist. Your existence is not dependent on the physical body or mind or even the intellect. Like in an earthen lamp, there is a light, the fire, and yet that fire has no relationship with the wick, the oil, and that earthen lamp. It is in there, and yet the direct relation of that earthen lamp is with the earth. The oil's direct relation is with that sesame or mustard which were milled and the oil was produced. The relationship of that wick is with that cotton through which this wick was made. But the light, the flame which you are seeing in that diya, in that earthen lamp, is a direct relationship only with fire, nothing else. So similarly, your body is like the earthen lamp, and the mind is like that oil, and your intellect is like that wick. And on that wick is the flame of self. Use this example to know, like the flame has no direct relation with the earth, with the wick, with the oil, and that flame's direct relationship is with the fire only. Similarly, the self is in the body, in the mind, in the intellect, and yet it has no relationship with the body or mind or the intellect, because this pure self is directly related with the absolute reality. In Sanskrit we use word Brahma, the Parabrahma, the one absolute existence. So I am neither this mortal body, nor I am this changeable mind, nor I am this intellect which is understanding these things. This pure self in Sanskrit is called Atma. So Atma is my name only. It is not that I have a Atma. Many English authors are writing very silly things and they say, oh, my soul is so happy. My soul is free and liberated now. So you are different and your soul is different and your mind is different. And so they don't gather the depth of this word. Atma is just another word in Sanskrit language, and in English we would say the real me or the pure self. That's it. So for a beginner, I would say, if you ask me, to whom is this self related to, I would say this self is just related to that omniscient, absolute reality, Parabrahma. So biological, we do have parents, we have siblings, we have brother, sister, but this me is not related to any of this nonsense. Nonsense, I'm saying. I am that who is never born. I am that who will never die. I am that who is ever blissful, ever truth, ever conscious. In one word, Atma. I am that. So until you realize this pure self of yours, you are that pure self. You are Satchitanand. This is the final awakening which takes you beyond the mind. Through the mind you might be a sinner, Who is thinking? Mind is thinking. So mind can think sinful, mind can think crime, mind can think charity, mind can think benevolence, mind can think kindness, love, mind can think all these emotions, good and bad all. And I am not mind, hence I am neither of these emotions. See, you are wearing clothes. If your cloth gets torn, you don't get torn, because if you see the body as you, then the body doesn't get injured if your cloth is torn or tarnished. So see this body as your cloth, which you are wearing it. And mind too is just your clothing, the inner one. The intellect is just the clothing, the inner one. These are three clothings which you are having on you. Intellect, mind, senses, and the body. And you are neither of this. So, to whom do I belong to? In path of bhakti and devotion, we say, I just belong to the God, nobody else. And like a son has a right on his father's property and inheritance, so do you have a right on the divinity. And if you see this, in the path of devotion, we begin like that we are children of God. Although in India we have all these beautiful relationships. God can be your husband, can be your brother, can be your friend. You can have any relationship. So to whom do I owe my allegiance? And that is divinity. So God is mine and I am God. So this whole world is mine. Family, society is something which gathers around you, but that is not what actually defines you. You're far and beyond that. So who am I? Not the body. It's just flesh and bones. Not mind, not intellect. So understanding this is the highest thing which a human being can do.